More, I'm joined by political analyst Prince Mashele. Prince, thank you as always for your time this evening. Very busy time for political analysts as you're all busy on the media trying to give us some insights on exactly what to expect. Let's start off with this afternoon's very brief NEC meeting, which was adjourned to allow for the proper processes to take place. Perhaps that initial NEC meeting this afternoon, convening that, was a knee-jerk reaction where processes weren't, properly followed, and now they will be. But we also have to understand that perhaps this buys some time in a very, very complex and fast-paced climate. What do you think is unfolding behind the scenes?
Thanks for inviting me. Look, number one, quite clearly there is confusion in the ANC itself. The officials who convened the NEC meeting today, they know the processes of their own party. They have been doing this for a long, long time. They know that before you convene an NEC to consider an issue, you need to convene first the NWC in order to prepare for an NEC meeting. The fact that they didn't follow that procedure shows that there is panic and confusion in the party, such that they even forget the normal processes that they usually follow. That's number one. Number two, everyone in the party, I think, especially those who are on the side of President Ramaphosa, they realize that they do need time in order to strategize. We know that he wanted to resign. This is now public. He told his friends he wanted to resign yesterday, but he was told by a faction in the party not to resign, that they are prepared to fight for him. So they are busy cooking up a fight-back strategy in order for him not to go. That's essentially what's going on.
We've essentially come to what would have happened during the elective conference from the 16th to the 20th of December, a little bit earlier than expected. Do you agree that this is perhaps a crossroads that we are at now, where various factions of the ANC have to face off earlier than expected, and that's why they are confused and scrambling?
We have to be careful when we use the word we. As society, this movie has got nothing to do with us. It's an internal movie in the ANC. That's why we are not being consulted. So that's the first thing. The second thing, you are correct that the ANC's political life, has been complicated a few weeks before its conference. Before the release of this report, it was very clear as to the road ahead. Nominations from branches were consolidated. We already knew who got what, and it was very clear that President Ramaphosa was going to emerge successful at that conference. But this report has thrown a spanner in the works. Those who support President Ramaphosa are not sure whether he is the right horse to ride. Even he himself, by the way, has lost balance, which is why he wanted to resign. So the question is, what do they do, given that conference is coming in 2 weeks' time? If Ramaphosa resigns and is no longer available to stand as the candidate for the ANC president, it means that all of the work that his faction has done will be multiplied by 0. And they don't have a candidate to replace Ramaphosa as we speak. That's why there's confusion in the party now.
Does it matter who replaces him? There's some South Africans who've been commenting as various media institutions put out the question to the public, what do you think should happen now? And some South Africans and even some in political spheres have responded by saying, well, it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't. And obviously using the word devil very loosely, this is just a phrase of speech. Do you think it has any bearing who sits in that chair?
To be honest, it doesn't matter much. You see, the problem here is not Cyril Ramaphosa's Pala scandal. The problem here is the entire organization, the entire party is corrupt, which is why, by the way, Cyril Ramaphosa has a bit of conscience, which is why he wanted to jump ship. He wanted to resign yesterday. But then the other fellows in the ANC said, but look, why are you resigning in the ANC? This type of stuff doesn't cause anyone to fall. We will fight and defend you. So the problem here is the entire organization. So whether Cyril Ramaphosa goes or he remains, what will remain is that we are being led as a society by a corrupt organization, and these people are ready and prepared to defend each other, even if it means they act outside the law. I mean, this process is so clear. There's a report. This is in line with the provisions of our constitution. This process is supposed to go to parliament. There's supposed to be an impeachment process. Quite clearly, they are trying to circumvent that process, and they are prepared to defend Ramaphosa. So it doesn't matter who sits there. The organization as a whole is corrupt.
To some degree, what you're saying could make South Africans feel a little bit more at ease because, oh, well, it's just another drama playing out. There's no need to panic. But on the other hand, it raises in me, especially, I mean, I can't speak for everyone else, but I can tell you what I'm feeling at the moment. And that's a very sort of deep, primal fear that there is no controlling what is going on, that the people who are running the ship have absolutely no concern for South Africans in general. So what should South Africans be feeling at the moment? What do we do amidst a situation that, as you very rightly point out, we are not involved in? We're merely spectators, but it very much has a bearing on us.
Yeah, there is an option for South Africans, and I'm going to put it bluntly. I won't mince my words. Is to vote the ANC out in 2024. Just kick them out of government. You see, when you have a governing party that has gone mad, that it's no longer acting in the interest of your country, and it's messing up the future of your children. I mean, we are in darkness now. There's no electricity. I mean, the whole of the public sector is in shambles. The only thing you can do as citizens is to kick them out of power. And in South Africa, we are fortunate because there is still democracy. So these people can be removed in 2024. If you don't remove them, South Africa will be like a Zimbabwe while these people are stealing money while they are fighting. That's the only option that South Africans have. But for now, our hands are tied. There's nothing we can do. We must just allow these NEC meetings to take place. Some are getting postponed. There's nothing. Let's just watch the movie. But we must keep on talking about it publicly and contact us South Africans so that South Africans understand what is going on. We have a governing party that has gotten off the rails. It has gone mad. It has lost touch with society, and it's messing up the entire country. The options are vote them out in 2024 and install a new government.
Prince, just before I let you go, I do apologize. We're running slightly out of time, but I want to ask you whether you think there's any possibility within the realm of what is likely and what could happen, and perhaps even what seems far-fetched but could still happen. Is there any likelihood that we would have general elections sooner than 2024?
No, we won't have general elections sooner than 2024. The ANC will never allow. Remember, these people earn salaries from parliament, from cabinet, from all manner of positions they occupy in the state. They will never allow elections to take place early. They would want to stretch this all the way to 2024. So South Africans must relax and prepare that they are going to vote in 2024. What we must watch is the collapse of public institutions. So those institutions we can protect, such as the media, such as the judiciary. Civil society must remain active to protect those.
Well, thank you very much for your insights and for your blunt honesty. We do appreciate that. It's exactly what we want from you. Prince Mashele, a political analyst, sharing his thoughts with us on exactly what's taking place at the moment amid the Phala Phala scandal. Words from him. Sit back, watch the movie.